by Josephine Baker professionally, and I'm a natural hairstylist and colorist. So I've been doing hair since I was 12. Did it all the way through high school, college. After starting our business with my business partner, Easy the Barber, I went back to hair school because I wanted to just be secure all the way around. I just wanted to be licensed.
Well, how long was it before you went to hair school that you had?
I just went to hair school 2018.
Oh, nice.
2018 and got out 2019, right before the pandemic.
And how was your experience in hair school?
It was like going back to high school. I was in school with a lot of high schoolers or people who had just graduated high school. So I felt kind of old, you know. I just felt like I was past that stage in my life. But I mean, school is school. You're never too old to go back to school. So as far as when it came to the books and studying, that part I was good at. I went to Toni and Guy, so we did have a lot of Caucasian clients. And a lot of them wanted the highlights and the balayage and the hairs down here, and you're not getting paid for that. And when I get out of school, I got to go to work and actually really go do this and get paid, you know, because experience, you know, I know is the best teacher. So even after all these years of doing hair, you go back and you're reading and doing the book work, it's like the amount of time that you're in school isn't enough to know how to do the color, how to do the cuts. So you're still gonna have to go out in the field and actually do it and mess up a few times until you get it right. While I was in school, I think me and E just kind of started getting the urge. It was like, my thing is 3 years. Like every 3 years, something should be changing, growing, right? So that's the magic number for me. And by then we were 3 years, we were 3 years in, and it was just kind of like, okay, like what's next? The room is feeling like it's closing in on us. I feel like we need more space because we've grown so much here that in order to keep growing, we need the space. Callie from FMO reached out, we had reconnected, and she was looking for her another space. And I was like, yeah, you know, we would definitely love something bigger. Enough space to add somebody else. Maybe like a couple weeks after speaking with her, she calls me and I'm at work in the suites, and she's like, hey, what are you doing? Come over here up the street. There's a available suite next door to the suite that I'm about to get. So I literally finished my client. I came up here, I called E, I said, we have a new spot. Like, this is it. This is everything that we've asked for. This is everything that we wanted to be closer to the freeway, a bigger space. I called him after he finished work. We both came up here and gave each other that look. And
so you knew?
Yeah, I know. As soon as I walked in, I was like, this is it. Like, we're getting this spot.
And how did you feel once the pandemic hit and you had to close?
I'm not a big anxious person or fearful person. You know, it took me back a little because it was just like, dang, what's going to happen? We just got in our space. That, I think that was really on my mind more than anything. But after talking with the landlord, he was super cool. Like, the world is going through this crisis. Like, y'all aren't at work. I know how your business works. And it was kind of cool. I was enjoying being off, you know. The clients were cool. They held out, and we opened back in June. It was like we never left. And we've been going strong ever since.
What does the Beast provide for the space?
So in business, he's known as the beauty. But I think as the Beast, I'm like the hands-on. Not that the beauty isn't, but when it comes to getting things done or ideas, like I'm on it like yesterday. I bring in that aesthetic of calm, of peace in our shop. So, you know, we definitely feed off of each other a lot when it comes to the energy in our space. But yeah, I do hair, but I do so much more. So that's why I'm the Beast.
What is your personal conversation centered around?
When I do open up to my clients, or my clients do open up to me in that way, I tap into more of a spiritual side. I don't like to judge people, or, you know, like, we all got our thing, got our stuff. But I just try to encourage people to remind themselves of their worth, of their abilities, of their power. So like, you know, we all go through stuff, but at the end of the day, like, you have control over your reality, you have control over your life. Like, so no matter what it is we're going through, happy and sad, just know that you play the biggest part in that. You know, we don't do a lot of it's not a lot of drama. Like, I'm not that type of person, so when we do open up, it's not like this he say she say catty type of conversation. It's always uplifting, it's always growth, it's always read this, it's always learn that. That's what I try to share with my clients, because those are things that I'm into.
And who is Danielle outside of being yourselves?
Whew. A ball of fire. I am just a creative and someone who likes to experience life. I've always been one to say, I'll try anything at least once, you know, because how do you know if you like or don't like something if you don't try? So I don't live my life based off of other people's experiences. If I hear something that I do like and I want to experience, I'm going for it. I'm going to live that life for myself. So yeah, I'm very adventurous, spontaneous, creative, colorful, artistic. I'm just very hands-on. I like to build things. But I like to learn. I just like to learn, and I like things that impact me. I like things that help me to learn more about myself. You know, like, nobody knows you better than yourself, but how well do you know yourself? And it's day by day, step by step, it's a work in progress.
How do you feel about Queenie coming into your space and her being on this Barber Queens tour?
Well, first of all, Queenie is my sister from another mister. We are just now meeting. We didn't know all these years. We haven't gotten, you know, that close yet. Yeah. And I say yet, yeah. Because, you know, I feel your energy and your vibration, and watching her podcast and just hearing how she speaks and articulates, like, I feel that energy. I feel that vibe. So when she came in telling us about her new journey doing the Barber tour, I thought it was super interesting. I thought it was very creative just within our industry, because we don't do a lot of moving around. To be able to do that and have your clients follow you wherever you go speaks volumes on not only your craft, but you as a person, because there's plenty of us all over Atlanta, especially. And for people to follow you, you know, when there could be somewhere right up the street from them and you're taking them to different areas and different spaces and they trust you that much, like, just shows how much they really value you as their barber, as, I'm sure, a friend. And I'm just glad that we were able to be a part of her journey, and to be able to look back on this years later when she blows up after this and say we were a part of that. So I really am honored.
Yay, thank you so much.
So welcome. Thank you.
She like being rough on me for some reason. She when she comb my hair out. Oh my goodness. When I go full break, I'm gonna be at 8 when I go full break.
Okay.
She's having a 6.7.
We're gonna be at 8.7.
8.7.
I'm a 6 right now. When I go full break.
What if I gave you $100 million? Would that make you happy?
Like, okay, what if I gave you $100 million, but you had to spend it all by tomorrow and then you die?
Well,
you still want that $100 million?
You know, after the meeting, I was sitting in the park.
So you mean tell me your life is worth more than $100 million?
Calls I've had to do for the
Why are
last
we
2
not acting
years.
like?
We were on set for BET Tales, and I noticed her walking around, and she was taking care of one of her clients there. She was on the set doing the hair there, and we just struck up a conversation. Something about her energy, something about just her drew me to her, because I mean, I'm a friendly person. I say hi to everybody, but the conversation was fulfilling in a very short period of time. So we talked about acting, we talked about her family, talked about just a few different things, and I got her card. I drove all the way out to go to just see what it was going to be like to have a haircut by Queen, and the experience was amazing, and it made me a believer. I just started going and enjoying the service, the conversation, the ambiance, and I dare say friendship.
And how did you feel when Queenie told you that she was going on tour?
Mixed feelings. I'm a creature of habit, and I liked going to her shop, her little room, which was intimate, small, kind of a nice little space, change from other barbershops, but supportive, because through our conversations I know that she doesn't do anything on impulse. She thinks about, prays about, focuses on where she wants to go, and this is a move that she had to make. And as I mentioned a little bit earlier, as a client and as a friend, so just had to support her. But today it drove an hour and a half to go come get my hair done by Queen, and I'm cool with that. It's not only the experience, but it's just somebody who understands their craft and their mission, and that's important to support in whatever we do. So however I can support her in doing that, then that's what I'm going to do.
What were some of the differences that you could see, and maybe some of the difficulties that you might have had?
So I think mainly what's happening now, like the way that my mind is going, it's more so like, okay, so if I make a mistake, or if I see something that's challenging for me or for my clients, I'm just trying to figure out solution-based, things. So, like for instance, some of my clients went to the wrong shop at my first location. Or they would be, asking me while I'm working, what's the address? So in the morning, I'm just sending off the address. Hey y'all, just a reminder, this is the address of the shop. And that's, to clients who haven't been here before or who I haven't discussed it with. So that's one of the things. But also, honestly, I've been at this location for 2 weeks. I was at my last location for 3 weeks, and the time flies. So I just really feel like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it just hasn't been enough time. Like, time flies by so quick, and I'm enjoying myself at each stop. That I think the difficult aspect of it is not staying. And I'm only on shop 2, but both of the shops I have been at, like, it would be easy for me to just stay. But I know that is not what I'm doing. Like, I'm on a mission, and this is something that I've been desiring to do, so that's it. That's the only difficulty.